So no, this is not Forex. This is not taking someone else's content and reposting it.
Step-by-step guide on how you can legally reuse other people's content.
This isn't using AI automation to make faceless YouTube videos or
In this video, I'm going to teach you step by step how to create a YouTube automation video.
nothing like that. Nah, I'm just gonna share with you what me, a completely ordinary person, has done online to make a good amount of money. Unlike most people, I'm gonna get straight into the results. I'm gonna give you the results first so that you don't have to wait around the whole video for it. And then I'm gonna come back and tell you exactly how everything worked in regards to how I made that money and how exactly it works. Starting to rain, let's get in. So it started raining, so I had to come in and break this down. But yes, in 2024, I made money online with three primary means. The first one, and by far the most lucrative one, was through sports betting. And when you hear sports betting, it may sound like fluky. I have a strategy and a means to ensure that I can profit continuously through sports betting, and I'm gonna get into that. But yeah, secondly, what I was able to make money online and was reselling. And this wasn't nearly as lucrative as sports betting, of course, but I was able to pull in about $700 through reselling, reselling through a method that I applied earlier this year, as well as selling things around the house. So number three, the third method that I was able to make money online with was through bank bonus slash credit card bonus churning. And that was able to net me already this year $1,200, which I expect to turn into about $1,950 by the end of the year. So all that amounted to, I believe, like a good amount over $16,000. And yeah, that's a great amount to be able to supplement my existing income and whatnot, as well as to be able to do things that I want to do in life. So how exactly was I able to make money in these three ways? Let me break them down to you now. So I may not have said it previously, my fault, but so far in 2024, I have made approximately $14,500 on sports betting this year. And just to show my results, I can post them, in right here. And this isn't a fluke, like I said earlier, because even last year, in about 5 months time frame, I was able to make $13,000. So it has been consistent well over a year at this point. So yeah, how do I do that exactly? So what I do is I use a method called positive EV betting. If you've never heard about it, just to explain it briefly, it's basically when you take a collection of all the books online, whether that's FanDuel or DraftKings or Caesars or what's any more Hard Rock Bets, any of those, and basically take them all and compile them into one software, and you kind of find the outlier in all of them, because these companies are essentially billion-dollar companies, and they have, very, very good systems to determine exactly where they should set their lines at. But every now and again, they screw up. And when they screw up, they basically set a line that is an outlier compared to everyone else who are setting their lines. So when you do see that outlier, you want to make a bet on that. So that works basically, as you can see, like a football game. Let's take earlier this year where the Bengals played the Patriots, and every book overwhelmingly had the Bengals beating the Patriots. If a book was basically like, hey, there's no way the Patriots would beat the Bengals, so they set the line for Patriots to beat the Bengals extremely high, like plus 500 or something. What you would do is go bet on that one, because that's the outlier between all the books. And a lot of these will hit and a lot of these won't hit. But what you'll see is in the long run, when you make 100, 1,000 or 10,000 bets, in the long run, you'll come out on the positive. And that's what I was able to do consistently throughout the past year and some change. And like I said, I'm just an average guy. Like, I was betting on sports for like years and years, like, as I thought I knew a lot about NFL and NBA and whatnot. But I honestly lost money in that time frame. But now that I started using this strategy to be able to sports bet, I'm betting on stuff that I don't even know about necessarily, and I'm still able to draw these great profits, and we reap the benefits of just using the software. And the software I use is called OzJam. Is basically how I described it. A software that just compiles all the books and lets you know what are the discrepancies between them and tell you which exact lines to bet on. And I'll leave a link in the description below if you'd like to sign up and take your hand at it. And honestly, I'm now betting like hundreds, $100, $200 a bet on things, but you could start extremely small. You could start with $10, $20, $5 per bet. And in the long run, you'll see your money start to double and start to triple and quadruple eventually. And you can start making huge bets to be able to have even more profit. So that's just touching the surface, honestly. Just let me know in the comments below if you'd like me to touch more on sports betting and exactly explain exactly how it works, and I could, show more of my results and my step-by-steps on it. But moving on to reselling, which isn't as exciting as the sports betting because it wasn't nearly as lucrative, but it did reap me profit, and any money is better than no money. So just to explain a little bit about how I did reselling is basically I did a bunch of research and I wanted to get into buying bulk returns or bulk overstock, but ultimately fell on not doing that because it was just extremely pricey and extremely risky to put up a lot of money to do that and you not know if you're going to be able to sell what you were putting out. So ultimately I fell on buying things on a auction from a third party that was local to the area. And I basically went on their auction website and on stuff that wasn't selling very well or did not, have high bids on it, where I could get $5 on $100 product. And so I got a mass collection of things like that and basically brought it back, made a spreadsheet and sold it for like half of what it was selling for at places like Home Depot and Walmart. And from there, things sold and I was able to pull a profit in off that. So that was pretty simple method. But for that to happen, for anyone out there want to try it, what you will have to do essentially is look around your area for any third-party suppliers like that who are selling or doing auctions like that, so that you can find a bunch of things for bargain and reselling them. And I also did this for things around my house, whether I'm selling a laptop or my old phones. Whenever I would upgrade from something to something higher, I would basically sell it. And that's how I was able to pull in a small amount of profit through reselling, but nothing too special. It's worth noting also that I did a majority of my selling on Facebook Marketplace. Kind of avoided eBay because they have a bunch of like fees when you sell something. They're like, oh, that's our cut. And I'm like, I'm trying not to give up my cut of the pie just because I'm using your platform. So I would recommend just to steer clear of like the eBays of the world, because you could probably get more profit on what you're selling if you were to go through more local places. So to touch on the last one, which was bank bonus / credit card churning, this was partially intentional to make money off this, and it was partially coincidence. So the intentional side of things was the bank bonus churning side. And basically I would find out which banks were doing a promotional offer if you were to sign up through their banks. And sites I used for this was nerdwallet.com. I basically went up there and it has a list of everything of every bank and their promotional offers, and I would just find one that suited me the best in regards to how much I have to put in the account and the direct deposits I have to set up to meet their thresholds. And from there, I basically set up an account from there, set up my direct deposit, and did everything I needed to hit their landmarks and just waited for the money to roll into my account. That was pretty straightforward. It was just easy. And one of them I did was like SoFi Bank. And whereas the introductory offer was just like $300, that $300 carries you a long way. That's like a half a month's worth of groceries. So if it's as easy as like, okay, let me send my money over here versus over here, I'm gonna do that to be able to make a easy $300. But the unintentional way of me making money online using credit card churning is that I've had several credit cards in the past, whether that's Discover or Chase Sapphire, and I've reaped the benefits of their promo offers. I wasn't intending to do this, but it ended up happening. So what happened was I had received a promotional offer to basically stay at a Marriott location for extremely discounted rate, and they tried to pitch me a lot of things, but out of that, the main thing that I got that was beneficial for me to sign up for was a Marriott card, as I book all my stays and everything through Marriott. And for that, they offered me $100,000, not $100,000, that's insane, 100,000 point sign up bonus if I was to hit their purchase requirement and everything like that. And that $100,000 point sign up offer equated to about $900 in actual dollars. And along with that, the package that they offered me for the promotional stay also offered another 50,000 points for Marriott, and that's another $450 in actual dollars that you can use for eventual stays and vacations and whatnot. So that's how I was able to make that small amount of money in that. And if you're just gonna spend money at a hotel anyway, or spend money on travel anyway, you might as well find the right cards and the right resources to be able to use that. And I also will have money coming in this year through sign-up bonuses through Wells Fargo, and that's another $300 bonus that will be rolling in, along with the Marriott bonus that I'll be getting as well. So yeah, it's all small, but I would say it all matters, and all this added up to a total of, like I said, $16,000. Of course, with the sports betting carrying a lot of that weight. But lastly, just quickly, I just want to touch on, like, everything you do online isn't always going to work out, especially as an average person. You just trying to figure this out. Try anything, because honestly, I have failed at drop shipping. I have failed at creating an online marketplace. Let's see. I failed at, doing surveys and whatnot online to make money off that. These things that I attempted, and they weren't necessarily for me. So I was like, let's try something else. But I recommend you try stuff, more and more, and find out exactly what will work for you in regards to making money online, because that could be anything. What works for you or what works for another person, they're not the same thing. So make sure you're finding what works for you. And if you're interested in, after you make all this money online, how to save it, refer to another one of my videos and learn something new every day. Peace.